Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name's Nastasia, and today, guys, you asked for it, I'm bringing it to you. 10 more shows and movies I either regret watching or refuse to watch and will not watch. So, I did not expect that video before that I made about this to do freaking as well as it did. Oh my goodness, you guys loved that video. And it was fun for me to make, so I want to make more and answer a couple questions as well. Sorry, again, hair in the eyes, I always do this. I figured this would be a good time, and I got some tea, since we are spilling the tea, you see. And then I also have, you know, look, it's little nutcracker. Wait, these aren't nutcrackers. Are they nutcrackers? Yeah. No, they're little toy soldiers for Christmas. If you're wondering, you probably aren't, you probably don't care, but I have a mint tea bag with some hot water and a little splash of milk and some collagen peptides in here, so it's really yummy. Although, if I'm being completely honest, I would be drinking something else if I had the choice, and what I would be drinking is this, Liquid IV. This is my favorite thing in the world now, and the reason I can't drink it is because I've drank all of them. They're all gone. But I couldn't, I wanted to show this to you guys because I was like, they have to know how much I love this stuff, but I can't actually show them me drinking it because I drank them so fast. I was obsessed with them, and I can't wait to get more, but they're not paying me to say this or anything. They did send these to me, and I love them. This was the acai berry flavor, and then I also got the tropical punch or fruit punch flavor, and then also the energy one. And Kai took the energy one. It was like the lemon ginger one, and drank all of those. I didn't even get a chance at them. And then some of these too he drank. We will probably buy these the rest of our lives. They're so good. They're delicious. They're non-GMO, dairy-free, soy-free, made in the USA, gluten-free, vegan. And basically, they help you be more hydrated than just water alone. So it can get you 2 to 3 times more hydrated instead of just water, which I love water, but I feel so much different when I drink this. So good. I definitely recommend, and I will have this down in the description box below so you can get a little discount. Love this stuff. Go try it out. They even have small packs that you can really just try and see how you like it, and a ton of flavors. Could not recommend it more. Mwah! I love this stuff. Before we get in this video, if you end up liking it, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss out on a video every time I post. My Instagram is right here, so you can see the behind the scenes of my life. And my Christian clothing shop, nolia.shop, is down in the description box below. I have all sorts of Christian sweatshirts and t-shirts and mugs. I hope you love them. They'd be perfect for Christmas gifts. Alright, let's get into the video. Sorry for my blabbering. What are the chances that this is gonna burn my tongue? Oh, high. The chances are very high. Let me tell you 10 more movies and shows that I either regret watching or I'm like, not interested, never gonna watch that. And this is, again, me as a Christian. I'm not saying that everybody's gonna agree, and if you're not a Christian, you probably won't agree with most of these. You'll probably be like, what's the big deal? But this is my convictions. All right, number 1, and I feel like everybody can feel this on a deep level. I, at this point, don't really watch any news station ever. Like, honestly, that is, anytime I watch the news, I usually regret it, because at this point, let me tell you why. At this point, it is not because I'm trying to be ignorant. It's not because I'm like, la-di-da, don't tell me what's happening. I majored in political science, okay? Like, I am not afraid of what's happening in the world. However, I am not okay when every single news station, it seems, has a specific agenda and is holding back facts on both sides. I'm not saying only one side or the other. I'm saying both the far left, the far right. They hold certain information. I want the truth. So I'll usually watch C-SPAN if I really need the news, or I will do research on my own. I don't even watch the news anymore. Okay, number 2. I watched Bloodline this summer. I think it was this summer. I watched Bloodline on Netflix when I still had Netflix. It was a show about this family that lived in the Florida Keys. Oh, it wasn't like a reality show or anything. It was a fiction show. It was like a action, psychological, whatever show. Family who lived in the Keys, and it was just all this family drama in their adult family and drugs involved and stuff like that. And honestly, I'm not really sure why I watched it. I didn't watch it for very long, but for some reason I was kind of like, I want to know what happens next. And then I got to the point where I was like, why? It's so depressing. Like, it was so depressing. Like, I feel dark after I watched this, and there was so much cursing. There was so many cuss words, like, constantly. And that was specifically the point where I was like, this isn't even fun anymore. Right, number 3 is Cuties. I don't know how I forgot this on my first list. Cuties is the reason that I canceled my Netflix account. I can say that without any shame, guilt, embarrassment whatsoever. I didn't watch it. I don't plan on watching it. I saw enough of it in any kind of teaser trailer or anything like that to be quite literal. Cuties is a movie no one should watch. It is a movie that preys upon children and is absolutely disgusting, and the people who created that movie and that concept should be ashamed of themselves. Do not watch it. I'm not even gonna explain what it is. I'm not gonna link a trailer. I don't encourage you to look up anything. I mean, don't watch it. They are the reason that I quite literally canceled my Netflix account that I had since 2009. So, and I won't be getting it back. That's all I'm gonna say. Number 4 is a show called Hemlock Grove. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this because I seemed to be the only person who I knew was watching it at all. I was watching this back in, I think it was like 2017, I don't know. That was when I was more into kind of like the supernatural shows and didn't really see as much of an issue with them as I do now, personally. And so that show had, you know, it had witchcraft, it had werewolves, it had vampires and stuff like that. But even worse than that for me was there were some very disturbing concepts in it. There was a lot of sexuality, like a ton. There was incest, which is like very weird. Like, and it was almost like shown as a good thing. I don't know how that is ever okay. So there was like that. There was like, and also not to mention, it was just like a really bad ending. It was a really I don't know how. I watched the whole thing hoping it'd have like a really good ending, like to wrap it up or something. And it was like the worst ending. And I was like, really? You're gonna put all that crap in there and not even give a good ending? Like, you are not missing out on anything. You might not have even ever heard of it. But yeah, no, I don't recommend. I wish I wouldn't have watched it. Ugh. I feel like icky even thinking about it. I do not recommend. Number 5 is Magic Mike. I have never seen this movie, and I'm glad my mom never let me watch it. This came out when I was, hold on, I need a sippy sip of my tea. I just forgot that it was over here. Magic Mike came out when I was I think I was like a sophomore in high school. So what, like 15? And I can't even tell you how many of my friends went to see that movie. And I can't even tell you how many of my friends' moms took them to see that movie. I remember having friends that were 13 and 14 and their moms taking them to go see Magic Mike. If you don't know, that is a movie about male strippers. It is literally, it's not okay. It's not okay, and it's gross. And I am more shocked at the fact that people my age at that time with their mothers were going to see that. And I was very grateful because I remember saying, Mom, can I go with so-and-so they're going to see this or whatever. And my mom was like, absolutely not. Are you joking? You are not going to see that. And I'm glad she did. I mean, to be fair, I didn't argue. I was like, okay, whatever. But I'm so glad she didn't let me go. Like, it's not okay. It is not okay for little girls' minds. Actually, it's not okay for any woman's mind to be on that. especially if you have a boyfriend or a fiance or a husband and you're going to see this movie of almost completely naked men dancing around and giving lap dances. No. Number 6, I tried watching one episode of this back in, oh gosh, maybe like 2016, and even then I wasn't as freaked out. I shouldn't even say freaked out. I wasn't as knowledgeable about some paranormal things that like, I shouldn't be putting this in my brain kind of things. I wasn't as strict back then. And even then, I couldn't watch this show. Penny Dreadful is the show I'm referring to, and I don't even know what to tell you the truth, I don't even really know what it was, because I tried watching like 20 minutes of it and I was like, ew, get this off. I just remember it being very demonic immediately. I think it's about like some kind of half human monster hunter or something, and there's like demons and witches and all this stuff. I looked it up, and yeah, it seemed very like, from what it was saying, it's a very dark show with lots of like sexual things in it too. So, not a fan. I tried it, barely, and hated it. I don't recommend. If I felt like it was that dark in the first 20 minutes, I don't want to know what else was in it. Number 7 is The Originals. Now, I said on my first list, I think I talked about The Vampire Diaries, that I did watch that most of the seasons. I kind of got out of it then. The Originals is like a spin-off of The Vampire Diaries, so it uses a lot of those same characters. What really bothered me the most about The Vampire Diaries is how they make it look amazing to be a witch or to be involved in witchcraft, because that is not okay with me. And so this is, no different. It follows that same genre, that same storyline, basically, with the same kind of characters. I mean, not all the same, but a lot of the same ones, and falls down that same path of like, blood-sucking monsters are okay, and it's like people killing other people and drinking their blood, but you still love them and they're cool and it's a cool thing and you want to be a vampire, and it's like, no, maybe not. Then going off of that, my next one, I'm looking down at my phone, number 8 is actually Legacies, which is another spin-off of Vampire Diaries, I guess. I've never seen this one at all. I didn't even know it existed until recently, and I guess it's supposed to be just like another spin-off of witches and vampires and werewolves and stuff like that at this like witchcraft kind of school. But I think it's supposed to be even more sexual, which I think is why. Like, literally why? I don't know, and they're like recommending it to like teenagers and like kids, and it's like, no, my kids will not be caught dead around your show, no. This one I saw like trailers for and the picture for it all over Netflix when I had it, and it's called The Order. That's my dog scratching. But I never actually watched it, so I looked it up. And y'all, no. I mean, the cover for it looked dark enough, so I kind of knew it was going to be dark. But it was like, somebody has to choose between, like, a satanic cult and, like, werewolves or something like that. And, like, it was just very dark. And it said it included, like, a lot of sex. Like, a lot. And I'm like, why are people making these shows? Like, again, that's from my perspective. I'm a Christian. Of course I'm not gonna like that stuff, and I know some other people do, so I guess that's why they make those shows. But it's just like, man, like, that stuff gets in your head, you know what I mean? Anyway, very, very dark, kind of the same path as like the new Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which you guys know how I feel about that. That was in my other video. If you haven't seen it, you have to go watch it. I went on a whole rant. Okay, number 10 is called The Magicians. So I also looked this one up a bit ago because I really thought, like, the way I saw the trailers, at least, it didn't really look too bad. But then when I looked it up, they're making witchcraft look good, making it look like it's cool to be a witch. They're making it seem like it's cool to do rituals to Satan. It's not a good idea, not a good path to go down, and that's what like the show is about. I stupidly thought it was literally about some magicians. Like, I thought it was about like a magic show, like fake. But at the same time, I guess when you think about it, magician and magic, I guess like at their root cause, like it is, when it's real, it is witchcraft. So kind of makes sense. But again, this one was supposed to have like a lot of sex and a lot of witchcraft. Not into it, not at all. It's not my thing. And honestly, if you are a Christian, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not judging you. If you watch these shows, I'm not saying you're not a Christian. Blah, 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 like I always say. However, what I will say is please consider what you are putting in your mind. As from the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. And what do you put in your heart? What you put in your eyes and your ears, and it goes down and it comes back out. So just keep that in mind. And the last one, yes, you get a bonus. You get an 11th. And this is the most popular one right now, and it is called the show Ratchet. It is on Netflix, and it has that really famous actress that I don't remember her name. Sarah Paulson, I think that's her name. I looked up this show. You know what I did? I looked up the parents' guide of this show on IMDb. Y'all, not gonna recommend it. Not to a single person on this earth. There were so many disturbing things mentioned, and that was just the parents' guide. Like, that was just the things that were, like, explicitly put, not, like, the innuendos and stuff like that. Like, there was so much torture. There was so much violence, disturbing violence, like, disgusting violence. I guess it's about a mental institution or something, and she's a nurse or something like that. But there is a lot of very disturbing sexual things. There's a lot of very disturbing violent things. There's a lot of very disturbing torture things. And on top of that, there is like a lot of just intense darkness, very depressing, hard concepts. Let's just say this. If I was forced to watch that show, I'd probably be very, very depressed for a long time. Maybe that stuff doesn't bother you, but again, this is me personally as a Christian with my convictions. I would not feel comfortable watching that show. I would not feel comfortable recommending anybody to watch that show. I would not be caught dead allowing my future children to watch that show, stuff like that. So I do not recommend at all, personally. And I said it a million times, I will say it a million more because of the hate comments coming my way. No. If you watch these shows, that doesn't mean you're not a Christian. Yes, I am a Christian. These are my convictions, and of course I'm going to share them with you, because if it even opens one person's eyes to what I feel I'm convicted about, then it's worth it to me. And I am here to share my opinion without a crap given. So there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a comment below. Tell me what show you agree with, don't agree with, what shows or movies I missed. Do you want a part 3 to this? Do you want a part 4? Do you want me to take this video down? I don't really care. Leave it in a comment. I love you guys so, so much. Oh, don't forget, I have Liquid IV stuff down below. You guys gotta check this out. It'll freaking change your life. I love you guys. I will see you soon. Mwah. Bye.